All right, boys and girls, today's lesson is 2-12. You're going to be excited to hear this. It is two-digit by two-digit multiplication. I know some of you have been asking about that a lot lately, and I know we've done some two-digit by one digit. We did some three-digit by one digit. Now we're really stretching it to two-digit by two-digit. So to get things started, I'm gonna put a question up on the board. I'm gonna show you 24 times 37. If you were to write that just as an area or as a square, it'd be 24 times 37. Okay, now this would be an area model right here, 24 times 37. But if I want to take this and I want to start making it into our rectangles that we've been working on so much lately, what you would do is you would do on top, you would do 30 plus 7, and then on the side, you would do 20, something new, plus 4. So you would add a whole nother rectangle at the bottom. Okay, and then when you add, you would be adding all of these squares together, because these are all the partial products. Here you have 20 times 30 now, so it is 6 with the two zeros. Here you have 20 times 7, which is 2 times 7 equals 14, add the 0. Down here you'd have 30 times 4, which equals 120. And here you'd have 7 times 4, which equals 28. Then you would add all the partial products together, as I'm doing here. And make sure you line them up. Lately I've been seeing way too many people not line them up, get the wrong answer, and then say, oh, that's why it was wrong, because I didn't line it up properly. So we have 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 8 is 8. 0 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 is also 8. 6 plus 1 is also 8. So your answer should be 888. Okay? Fun stuff. It's fun learning the new model. Not really a new model, but bigger numbers, stretching them a little bit. So let me do another one, because I think I might have went through that quickly, but it's really important for you to learn it this way. Not important. You have to learn it this way. You have to learn it just because you're going to have to learn two-digit by two-digit multiplication. So let's do 43 times 21. Okay? If I make my rectangle, what I'll do on top is I'll do 43 going down, and I'll do 21 going this way. So it'd be 20 plus 1, so I'm going to separate it. And then this would be 40 plus 3, so I'd have to add another rectangle on the bottom. Here I have 40 times 20. Here I have 40 times 1. Here I have 3 times 20. And over here I have 3 times 1. You work them all out, add them all together, and it gives you the answer. 4 times 2 is 8. Put the two zeros on. 40 times 1 is pretty easy, 40. 3 times 1 is easy, 3. 3 times 20, 3 times 2 is 6. Put the 0 on. Add them all together. You get 3, 10, carry the 1, 903. Okay, so basically it's what we've been doing, except now we are multiplying by a two-digit number, which is no big deal, because ultimately this is what you're doing. On that one right there, which I might have made it too small. On the one on this one, say 43 times 21. I think it's what I just did. What it's really showing you is, I guess ultimately what it's showing is 40, if I do 40 plus 3, and if we did a one digit, if we did it by multiply by 1, if we're taking care of the ones, obviously it'd be 40 here and 3 here. You add it together, you get 43. Okay, but we're adding another component in here with our 2, which our 2 is actually 20, which really you want to flip these two around. But anyways, the 2 is the 20, so it's a new aspect of it all, which is no big deal because you can add. I mean, you can multiply a two-digit number with 0 at the end of it because you just throw another 0 on. Okay? 20 times 3, 60. You won't write it like this with the 1 on top, 20 on the bottom. You'll actually flip it around. I was just trying to show you an example of how it's basically just two rectangles being put into one. All right. So what I want you to look at here is your first page in your workbook on page 69. And it shows you a giant area model using using your math boards. We don't use the math boards a whole lot in here. We did at the beginning of the year. But it says a coin collecting book holds 24 coins on a page. There are 37 pages in the book. How many coins can the book hold? The model here it shows the solution of 24 times 37. On top, it has your 37 equals 30 plus 7. Notice that we have 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 in each of these. Okay? All right. So, next we have our 30 and 7, because there's 7 across in each one of these. Notice that. There's 7 across in each one. 30, we have 30 across in each one. We have a box of 30 in each one. Okay? I'm sorry. We have at least 30 in each one. 10, 20, 30. Okay? 10, 20, 30. Sorry, I was showing that wrong. 10, let me do this. 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. All the way across. Even down here, 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. Okay? So it's 30 all the way down. But then we're multiplying it by 24. So we have a 20 here and the 4 there. So we need to have 20 each way. So we have 10, 20. Hopefully you're able to stick with me on this. I know it's kind of difficult to see, but we have 10 and we have 20. We have 10, we have 20. Multiply by 4, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, all the way across. See, there's 4. So we have 4 rows there. So it's a big mess here, and I'm not going to ask you to do it like this on your test, but I want you to be able to understand that all it's doing is basically showing you what we just went over with all of our little rectangle models, rectangle area models. So our area model sketch here has it broken down to 30 plus 7, 20 plus 4. Inside here we have 20 times 30. Inside there we have 20 times 7. Here we have 4 times 30. And then we have 4 times 7. Then you just add all the partial sums together. 1 partial sum, 2, 3, 4. You add all those 4 together, and it gives you the answer. Okay? It says describe how each model shows 6 hundreds, 14 tens, 12 tens, and 28 ones. So, the place value sections method, which was very similar to what you did, I think what you did above. Maybe what you did above. What you did above is kind of like what's in both of these two. But what I want you to see is the place value sections method. I mean, all you're really doing is you're taking 20 times 30, which is here. You're taking 20 times 7, which is here. You're taking 4 times 30, which is there, and taking 4 times 7, which is here. Okay, I know I drew a lot of lines. That's all you're really doing, adding them all together. Here's the big drawing. Here's a simple way. Okay? So describe how each model shows 6 hundreds, 14 tens, 12 tens, 28 ones. It shows you that in your partial sums. Partial products. All your partial products here, it shows you that. Alright, so what I want you to do now is I want you to turn to the next page. Alright, it says to investigate products in the sketch. Complete each equation. Alright, 20 times 30 is the same as 2 times 10 times 2 times 3 times 10, right? 2 times 10, 3 times 10. So if we pull out the 2 and the 3, and then we pull out the 2 tens, we get 2 times 3 times 10 times 10. So we get 6 times 100, and our answer is 600. Next one, 20 times 7. So 20 times, or 20, if you break it apart, you get 2 times 10. 7 is really 7 times 1, and then you put together the non-10s, the non-1s, the non-hundreds to get 2 times 7, and then you pull the 10 and the 1 over here, and you get 2 times 7 equals 14. 10 times 1 equals 10. Down here, 14 times 1 is 14, put the 0 on. I want you to try to finish the next two on your own. Pause it, do it, and then we'll come back together. Alright, So hopefully you noticed that 4 turns into, right here 4 times 30, 4 times 1 is what 4 turns into. 30 turns into 3 times 10. Down here you're going to take the 4 and the 3, and then here you'll take the 1 and the 10. 4 times 3 is 12, 1 times 10 is 10. 12 times 1 is 12, and put the 0 on. Hopefully you got 120. Here, same type of thing. We have 4 times 7. Pretty simple. You all know what 4 times 7 is, but if we worked it out in this, using this method, you would see that 4 times 7 is really 4 times 1. 7 is 7 times 1. Pull the 4 and the 7 together, multiply by 1 times 1. So 28 times 1 equals 28. So I want you to spend a couple minutes filling out number 6 and 7. And then I want you to do 8 through 13 using an area drawing. That's our rectangle area, okay, our rectangle model. Okay, so I want you to try drawing those, doing these 6 using a rectangle model. You'll definitely need your math notebook for this.